It's out of the Josephus War. Let me get it here. Let me read it here. What
is it? War?
Yeah, War of the Jews, book 6, chapter 5, paragraph 2, where the Josephus breaks down what a false prophet is. A false prophet.
Now, there were false prophets?
Yes. It says a false prophet was the occasion. Read the 19th part.
Yep, I got it here.
Yeah.
A false prophet was the occasion of these people's destruction.
What caused our people destruction?
A false prophet.
A false prophet was at the head of our destruction, folks, in 70 AD. Let's see what the false prophet said back then before the Romans destroyed us. Because you have people here now who are false prophets who claim to be spiritual, who will keep our people still in this time of peril before the black boots come. Let's see what the false prophets did before our forefathers fell in 70 AD by the hands of the Romans.
A false prophet was the occasion of these people's destruction, who had made a public proclamation in the city that very day, that God commanded them to get up upon the temple, that they there should receive miraculous signs of their deliverance.
Now, mind you, folks, Christ told the children of Israel to flee Jerusalem. That when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, flee into the wilderness. Our people began to flee into the different parts in the areas where the churches were established, in parts of Africa and all that. We went into different parts of Africa and all that, right? Taking heed to Christ's prophecies. But you had Israelites there saying no. The Most High gave us a sign. Let's go to the temple, and the Most High will protect us in the temple, instead of following Christ's word. Read.
Now there was then a great number of false prophets suborned by the tyrants to impose upon the people, who denounced this to them, that they should wait for the deliverance from God.
Go to the temple. Don't leave like Christ say. Go to the temple and wait for a message from God. These were your religious leaders in 70 AD, folks. Come on.
And this was in order to keep them from deserting, and that they might be buoyed up above fear and care by such hopes.
So the government told the pastors to send a message that, no, you can stay in Jerusalem. Go to the temple where the Most High will protect you. But the government plan was to make sure that the people stay put, not to leave, so that they'll know exactly where to get them when the armies come. The same way they'll know exactly where to get our people on Sundays with the armies once this wall in America is built. You'll have your pastors who will say everything is fine. You'll even have Israelites saying, well, the Bible don't say flee. Stay put. Okay. Listen, I'm not against people staying put. That's your decision. I believe that the whole earth belongs to the Most High. The earth is his footstool. And that I can do whatever I'm doing right here, teaching the word, someplace else. Okay. I'm not restricted to the land of my captivity. As of yet. And if I have any say in it, before the jackboots come, we'll be someplace else. Okay? Finish reading, Elder Lawyer.
Now a man that is in adversity does easily comply with such promises. For when such a seducer makes him believe that he shall be delivered from those miseries which oppress him, then it is that the patient is full of hopes of such deliverance.
This is how a false prophet deceives. Okay? A false prophet focuses on the hope of a destitute person. That's what they focus on. Read.
This is going into Book 6, Chapter 5, Paragraph 3.
I need you to go, right here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thus were the miserable people persuaded by these deceivers.
Thus was the miserable people, what? Persuaded by these deceivers. Read.
In such as belied God himself, while they did not attend nor give credit to the signs that were so evident, and did so plainly foretell their future desolation.
So they knew according to the signs to leave. They knew, but they were seduced by the false prophets. The signs of Christ concerning the Jerusalem being sacked by the Romans were upon our people. But they got leaders to stand up and say, no, don't go anywhere. You're safe. Read.
Like men infatuated without either eyes to see or minds to consider, did not regard the denunciations that God made to them.
Common sense left our people. You see the signs, but think you can ignore it away. Oh, it won't happen in our time. You know, it's, who knows? Or you'll begin to convince yourself that the Bible isn't real, or the prophecies, or what you're seeing isn't as bad.